Hi everybody, this is Avalon from Crafts Direct, and in this video I'm going to show you how you can make your own Yahtzee game. You can customize your own game with some of your favorite colors, and another favorite part for me, at least with this project, is that the dice are much bigger than what you would get in a regular Yahtzee game. So I love this because they are much less easier to lose, and I think they'd be much easier to play with outdoors as well. Follow along and I will show you step by step how you can make your own Yahtzee game. To begin, you are going to tape off the cup. You are going to use masking tape and you will put it below the ridges of the cup. This will divide the two paint colors that you will use. Make sure that once you have gone around the cup completely with the tape, you want to make sure that it is sealed tight onto the cup. You will first paint with this sort of blue, green, teal color, and you will paint above the painter's tape with this color. So you will coat the top of the cup with this color. Make sure you cover around the entire cup on the top half and then set it aside to dry. Next, you will grab the wood cubes that will act as your dice, and you will now begin to paint them. To start, you will use that teal color, and to keep our fingers somewhat dry, we are only going to paint on 4 of the 6 sides to begin with, and then we'll set it down on one of the sides that isn't covered with paint. We'll set it down on that side and let it dry. You will do the same thing with the other 4 dice, but you will paint them in light pink, mustard, magenta, and mint. While the dice start to dry, you will add a second coat to the red solo cup. Next, you will check on the dice to see if they are dry. And if they are dry, you then can pick them up and paint on the remaining 2 sides. Do this for all of the dice, and then make sure that they are set aside once again to dry. Make sure the cup is completely dry, and then you will take off the painter's tape. Make sure you do this slowly as to not peel the paint off with it as well. Grab the light pink paint and you will paint the bottom of the red solo cup with this pink paint. Be really careful where you meet up to the edge of the blue paint. I like to use the very edge of my paintbrush to try to create a smooth line. It will not look great at first, but don't worry, this is why we are going to do at least 2 layers to smooth it out. So to start, just get on as much paint as you can, and don't worry about it looking good. While the cup dries, we will paint the dots onto our dice. We will use white paint and then the bottom of the paintbrush to create our dots. If you have a dice, you might want to take that out to use for reference to know what numbers go where. Otherwise, you can just follow along in this video. But I used a dice to help me know where the numbers are supposed to go and to know how to line up the dots. So to start, we're going to start with 6. And you're going to dip the end of your paintbrush into the paint and then quick dot it onto the wood block. Dot all of your dice with the number 6 to start with. You will do the same number on all of the dice, And then you will flip the 6 over to the left, and you will see that the dice that I have is now a 5. So then we'll flip all of our wooden dice over to the left to match the other dice that I have. And then next we're going to do 5. Flip the number 5 to the back, and next you'll see we have a 4. So now you'll do the same with your wooden dice. You will flip the 5 to the back, and next you will paint on 4. Make sure the number 6 on the left side of the wooden dice is dry. And if it is dry, then you will take that 6 and put it face down. So you'll be rotating your dice to the left. And then next we have number 1, so you'll just put 1 dot in the center of each dice. Make sure the 5s on the back of the dice are dry. And if they are dry, you will then flip your dice so that the 5 is downward on the table. So you will flip the 1 backwards, and then you'll see that next we are going to work on painting dots for the number 2. Next, you will check to see if the number 4 is dry on all of your dice, and then you will flip the dice so that the 4 is face down on the table, and then lastly, you will paint on the number 3. Next, you will add another 2 to 3 layers of the pink paint at the bottom of the cup. And then once it looks as you like, you will wait for it to completely dry. And then you will cover the whole cup in Mod Podge. This just helps seal the paint. And then after that, all you have to do is print off a Yahtzee card, and then you are ready to play. Thank you so much for watching this video. You can shop all the supplies needed to make this project at craftsdirect.com/projects.